5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's give it up for Bill.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, he's not ready yet.
I'm not, no. So I have about 2 minutes of fame and then 2 other small things. So,
Use the mic.
oh, use the mic?
If you
Well, how about if I talk loud? Okay, about, I don't know, sometime a while ago, I was in Target. I was walking through Target and I saw all this reduced Christmas stuff. So I saw these little Christmas lights that have a sensor built into them. So these just turn on, you know, when it gets dark. And I immediately said to myself, that's an inverter. I could make flip-flops and oscillators and all kinds of things out of those. So it's an inverter because when it's light out, or 1, you know, the light is off, or 0, but when it gets dark out, or 0, then the light turns on, so it's a 1. So it turns a 1 into a 0. It's an inverter. So to make a flip-flop, you just hook 2 of those back to back, and you get a flip-flop. So, of course, I have to plug them both in. So here's the 2. The sensor is, you can't really see the sensor, it's just inside there somewhere. And you hook them up back to back, and they should be a stable flip-flop. You just switch it. Let's see.
Sorry.
doesn't look first. Go stable.
Okay, there's a little bit of, maybe it's a little bit too light in here.
There's some noise.
Hey, not you. Well, just like any digital logic, you have to kind of debug a little bit. That should flip the state. If it doesn't, it's because that's not close enough. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. Flip-flop. Okay, so that's 2. So you know, one of them would oscillate, of course, but if the light, you know, would turn itself off and on, but it doesn't reach that far. So you need 3 of them in a loop. You need an odd number of inverters. An odd number of inverters will create a flip-flop, which is what's in ring oscillators. So we got to get them all going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of there's some kind of debugging problem. Well, it started up there, but usually I had a lot of debugging problem until I realized that one of these is actually sending signals to both of them. So you just have to put your hand right here and block that. Block that process. So see, so anyway, that was a surprise thing. Okay, so that's the end of that. The other thing is now I need a little bit more light. Ow. I wanted to show you something that I found in this back street of Seoul recently. This is not quite the right kind of surface, but let me, is there anything that's like a piece of porcelain? How about that?
Toilet.
Well, I was going to use this. I was going to use one of these chairs. Let's try a chair. This guy was selling these things and demonstrating them. It's just a rubber thing. It's a rubbery thing. But watch what happens. I hope it works here.
Whoa! Wow!
So there's some kind of, you know, I don't know what it is, but you know, it immediately reminds me of, you know, liquid metal.
Against the whiteboard.
Too, right? So the other day I was telling somebody.
Throw it against the whiteboard.
Oh, well, I think if it gets dirt on it, it ain't going to work anymore. Yeah. So that's kind of.
It works. It just gets dirty.
So I was telling somebody about Terminator 2 and everything and that liquid metal, and he said, well, let's cut it in half and see if it comes back together. So I said, well, probably ain't that smart.
Can you do it one more time?
Wow. You didn't get 2 of them?
Yeah, I got a couple of those. Yeah. They were only $1. I should have bought like 20 of them. They were only $1. Unbelievable.
Wait, where'd you get them again?
Some side street in Seoul. Korea.
Those actually came out 2 years ago because 2 years ago was the year of the golden pig.
Oh.
and that's why they're.
Oh, you're from Seoul. That's right. Yeah.
I'm not from.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
You saw those?
They were selling them during the year of the golden pig. So
Wait, those are pig? That's a pig?
So
Hey, it's the year of the golden pig. Let's thank
That
the
was
ladder
2 years
pig.
ago.
So the dollar one is like way old for them, right?
Yeah,
It's like-
now they're old news.
Probably they were
Let's
$10
celebrate
when they
Twitch.
started. Okay, the last thing is not so.
Don't hate on his pigs.
The last thing is not very technical, but I wanted to say that my son works at, you know, this goo, this runner's product that you people, you tear it off and you squeeze it out. My son works where they make goo, and I can get a huge amount of goo and bring it here. So these these things cost like $1.25 to $1.50 each. So this is kind of valuable, and there's way more than the box that you get for $20 here. And the date is expired. I just wanted to tell people the date is expired, but the expiration date has to do with consistency. The product's actually good for 2 years after the date.
What is it? I don't know what that's about.
Goo, it's just runner's, I don't know what it is actually.
Wait, do you eat it or do you just rub it on yourself?
No, you just tear this off and then you roll it up and squeeze it in your mouth.
It's like a liquid Cliff Bar.
And I have a little sign to put on it so people know. It says, my son works for making goo and technically expired, all that stuff, and it says, please take some. Please note that this is not a yummy snack. It's some kind of pasty thing, that kind of surprises you a little bit. In fact, I used to make a joke when he first started there. I would offer to people and say, try it. I'd say, try it. If you don't like it, you can just rub the rest of it on your bicycle chain. Okay, that's it. Go ahead.
Thanks everyone for coming out. I think we had some really cool talks and some really talented speakers. And it'll be this time again next month, the third Thursday of every month. And also, these will be available on YouTube under the user account Noisebridge. So you should check it out, you should subscribe and tell your friends about it and blog it, because we actually have the videos online now. Never done it before. So thank you all for coming out.